What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to talk about the slightly taboo topic in any industry, and this is salaries of a penetration tester. In the UK, it's not too hard to know where you should be sat on the salary scale, depending on if you're a junior penetration tester or if you're a more senior penetration tester or red teamer. So the UK is very exam driven. We have a body called CHEK, and these are the people that really set the standards of penetration testing in the UK. And then there's exam providers who follow these specifications, such as CREST or Tiger Scheme, or there's a few others as well, but they're the main ones. And they set the exams out that you need to pass to become a CHEK team member or CHEK team leader. This is kind of what you aim for as a pen tester in the UK. If you just come out of university, or if you maybe just hold the OSCP, or you've got kind of very basic knowledge in pen testing, that's your first level in as a penetration testing job, most likely. Of course, you need to remember that these salary scales are going to be very dependent on you as a person and how much value you actually might give to a business. There's many factors on this, so don't take this as this is a definite, but these are the kind of ranges that you should be looking at. So for an OSCP basic knowledge type person, you should be looking at something around 25,000 a year. Once you gain a bit more knowledge, you've passed the academy, you're probably going to be taking the CRT exam, which is the CREST registered tester if you're going through CREST. Once you take this exam, which is a written multiple choice and also a practical kind of assault course where you hack boxes and try and pass it that way, once you've got this exam, you should be looking at around 35 to 55,000 a year. Your next move on from this is CHEK team leader. At this point, you're probably doing quite intense government type jobs known as IT health checks. They're not fun, they're not easy, and they do require quite a lot of management and knowledge. So not only do you need to be quite experienced in the field and take this exam, there's a lot of managerial kind of work that goes along with this. And with the CHEK team leader, there's two different CREST exams to do this. The first one is infrastructure, and the second one is applications. So depending on what your specialty is personally, if you're better at infrastructure or if you're better at web apps and compiled applications and things like that, you'd take either one of these. Once you've passed one of them, you should be looking at around 60 to 75,000 pounds a year. Then you want to try and go for your double CTL, your double CHEK team leader. So that's, if you've taken app, you're going to go for INF. If you've taken INF, you're going to go for app. That will make you a double CHEK team leader. At this point, you're looking at about 80 to 90,000 pounds a year. Then your next step, and probably your final step in the kind of CHEK team world, is to take CSAS or CSAM. So this is when you start becoming a red teamer. This is actually picking a scenario and with the client and working with them to try and properly hack them and simulate a real world attack. So this is very specialist work, and that's why it's paying so highly. So the CSAS is the kind of practical work, and the CSAM is more of a managerial penetration testing qualification. So once you have one of these or both of them, you're easily looking at around 100,000 plus a year. Again, these are all subjective to the company you're working for, and obviously yourself as well. So it's the value you bring to the company. So if you're someone that has a lot of blogs and you're getting a lot of reach with that, if you've got quite a lot of influence in the industry, you've got a big network of people that you know, and this can potentially bring clients to the company, and basically you need to make yourself an asset to the company. You won't be paid these kind of top end salaries unless you're bringing good value to the company, of course. And of course, it's also to do with your accomplishments. So if you're already working for a company and you've done a lot for the company, you might have made a few tools that the company hosts on their internal GitHub or really help out the team. These give you more value and make you more of an asset to the company. So you would probably be looking at the top end of this scale rather than the bottom end. And this brings me to my next point, is you need to negotiate. So if you get offered a certain amount and you don't think that's fair because you've done all of these accomplishments and you've done loads of blogs and you're really bringing traffic and revenue to the company, you need to negotiate that. or else you're just going to say yes and not be on what you deserve to be on. And there's other factors as well. So some companies will expect you to travel a lot, and these companies you would typically want the higher end anyway, because other companies you might be 100% remote, working in your underpants at home. So you've got to think about these things as well. So if you're remote, you're probably looking at more of the lower end scale, because you don't have to travel on a Sunday, for example, and use your own time. So these tend to be lower paying jobs anyway. And then there's other benefits that come with some companies. So some companies might fly you out to conferences such as DEF CON. You might get training days, and this might be paid for you. Exams might be free, and quite often you might get research days, and kind of just have these little benefits that are worth more than having a high salary. So there's a lot that comes with being a penetration tester, and depending on what salary you get. But these, as I say, these are the rough scales of what you should be looking at. They're by no means the absolute definite what you should be getting, but this is a bit of a video to make you understand kind of what you should be aiming towards, and a kind of pathway through your career as well. And of course, on from CSAS and CSAM, you might want to move into more of a managerial role where you're managing a team of red teamers or a team of penetration testers. And this kind of goes out of the realm of being a penetration tester or a red team, so higher salaries will come with that. But if you're focused purely on being a penetration tester / red teamer, here's your scale, and try and work towards that. That's kind of all I've got to say. So thanks for watching, guys. Give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you.